Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for hitting that click to continue button in my recent Elevate the Day blog post. I'm so happy to have you here. And I'm so thankful to everyone who messaged me after last week's video and just said how much you enjoyed it. And it was a nice change. So here I am again this week talking to you, and I pray that the message blesses you. Um, it's all about Christmas and our Christmas list, which I get it. It's a little bit early to be talking about Christmas. I'm still in summer mode. In denial that the seasons are changing because summer is my favorite time of year. Um, but I was reading this book, just finishing it up actually, called God's Positioning System by Lynette Hagen. And it got me thinking about my Christmas lists when I was little. And I used to always ask Santa to make me taller. I have no idea why I would ask him to do this. I don't come from a family where people are tall. Every one of us is somewhere in the 5'2" to 5'8" range. Even the guys. Um, so tallness is not in the genes, if you will. And I really don't know why I wanted Santa to make me taller, but clearly I was unhappy being short. I didn't see, the worth and the value of being short. Didn't understand the need for there to be short people and medium people and tall people in the world. I just knew I wanted to be taller. And it really points to the fact of, as humans, we always think the grass is greener on the other side, right? If I was taller, if I was shorter, if I was blonde, if I was brunette, if I lived here and not here. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? We are continually dissatisfied with something about ourselves or our circumstances, and we want to change that. And some things we can, right? I mean, if I wanted to be blonde, I could be. Probably would cost me a lot of money, but I could be. However, there's not too much I can do to make me taller other than wear, very uncomfortable high heels. And I have no interest in doing that. But, as I was reading this book, in one of the final chapters, she was talking about the parable of the talents. And this is found in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 25. And in short, the story is about three workers who were given a measure of talents, each one a different amount, one five, one two, and one was given one. And in the parable, the talent represents money. However, many times when you hear people talking about it, they look at it as talents, like your gifts, your talents, your strengths. And so the direction to these workers was, here's the money, go invest it, and I'll be back to claim the reward, if you will. When the boss comes back, he'll be back to kind of check in on them. And so the person who was given five talents went out and invested the money and, doubled it, came back with 10. So, his boss was very happy. The second person went out and invested his two and doubled it. And again, the boss was very happy. But the worker who only had one talent didn't do anything with it. In fact, he buried it because he was afraid. He was afraid that he would lose it. He was afraid that the boss would be mad at him. Um, and earlier this week, I was speaking with my daughter and about her career and her job and everything. And she's just starting out and looking to see, like, where am I going to land? Where is God going to put me? And what job is going to be the best for me? And I really was trying to impress upon her that we all have different talents, we all have different gifts, and maybe they're not to all be used at once. And that's what I was thinking about as I was talking to her, as well as, just for my own life. Because as we go through life, we tap into these different talents, right? We tap into these different gifts, and we hopefully use them to serve and to bless other people. And, early in my career, I was in IT. So I was a geek. I was, connecting computers and networks and teaching people how to use these new contraptions. Um, and so that was for that season, right? And then I kind of got bored with it a little bit. I kind of was like, all right, what's next? And, moved into another season of, managing products and services for a big financial company. And, I did that for a while and was successful in that. But then, I grew weary of it. I grew kind of, bored with it. I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next? And so I was utilizing different talents for different times. And now looking backwards, I can see that in order for me to sit in front of you and do this recording, I needed to tap into my previous tech experience. I needed to tap into my previous training and standing up in front of people and talking experience. Um, and tap into all of that. And it really just cemented in my mind that we are given a measure of talents and we are to tap into them, use them potentially in different seasons of our lives. And each one builds upon the other. I couldn't manage very technical financial systems if I didn't have an IT background, right? Um, I couldn't learn to, market and promote my clients if I didn't have that marketing and PR experience. And likewise for each of you, you may be struggling right now with, what am I supposed to be doing at this time of my life? Where is God calling me to be? And I really want to encourage you on a few fronts. One is, don't despise those small or earlier beginnings. That's actually scriptural. We don't want to despise what we did before. We want to celebrate it because God will use it or is already using it for the season that you're in right now. And our job is really to connect with him and say, okay, how can I use these experiences? How can I use these skills in whatever season I'm in right now? To bless other people, to serve other people. And how can I use these talents? How can I invest them properly, like those workers did in the Bible? How do I not hide them? How do I not bury them? Because we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to shy away. We don't want to, bury our talents. We want to use everything that God has given us. Um, and not ask Santa to make us taller, right? We want to be grateful for how God created us because when we wish to be different, when we wish that we were like this person or that one, in essence what we're saying to God is, you didn't make me good enough, you didn't give me enough. And that's so not true, right? That's just a big fat lie. Because God made you perfectly. He made you in his image. He's given us every blessing, every talent, everything that we need to be able to walk through this life victoriously. And in addition to what he's given us personally, he has given us his son, Jesus, right? And we can do all things through Christ, who is our strength. That is the biggest gift God has given each of us. Whether you've got one talent or a million talents, um, they kind of all fall short when you think about the greatest gift, which is the gift of his son. So this week, I want to encourage you to rethink your Christmas list. So perhaps instead of asking God to make you taller or shorter, or asking him to make you like someone else. I wish I was like this person. I wish I had that talent or this talent. Instead of doing that, I want to encourage you to sit down and write out all of the things God has given you, all of the things God has blessed you with. Um, and let's face it, if we're living in the United States, he's given us a lot, right? And so it's our job to really be grateful for that and to thank God for all that he has given us. So I pray this message has blessed you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a blessed week. And again, let me know if you like these videos, if you want to see more, and I'll just keep on keeping on because I feel like God has put this on my heart right now. But I really do want to hear from you, and see what else you're interested in me talking about. So until next week, God bless you.